Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to EOB Salon Talk with Claudette Giles. Tonight's guest is a friend, a business associate. I'm excited. So calm down, Claudette. Calm down, calm down. It's a friend, it's a mentor, it's someone I actually do look up to. Dwayne Brown, how are
What's
you?
up? What's up, Miss Claudette Giles? I'm happy to be here tonight.
Yes, this is actually an inspiration, a little bit of inspiration from you, actually.
Yeah, that's cool.
But we'll get into all of that later. I met Dwayne Brown more than 10 years ago, right?
About that.
Yeah, but business relationship, we've been having a relationship about 10 years now. Take your mind out of the gutter. His wife know about the
Yeah,
relationship,
she knows.
just
She
so
knows.
you know.
She knows about
We've
it.
been having a relationship about 10-something years ago.
And she's cool with it.
And I'm going to tell you why it's good to have great relationship with people and why it's good to be good to people. So 10 years ago, next couple of months, in a couple of months, I opened a salon, Essence of Beauty, 120 South 4th Avenue. I was opening the salon. It was my dream. It was my vision, and I'm doing stuff. And I remember I spoke to Carol Middleton, that owns Seamouse, right? I said, Carol, I'm opening the salon, da-da-da-da. He said, I don't know, child. I found you the space because she's Middleton Realty. She was in real estate. She said, call Dwayne. He'll help you. I called Dwayne Brown, and let me tell you, Dwayne, I don't think he remembers. He deals with so many people. Dwayne Brown walked me through a grand opening for a new business in a way that I was like, oh, okay, you made it easy.
Mm-hmm.
And Dwayne, I never told you thank you. I'm saying that now.
That's cool.
He walked me through it. I came with balloons, was done. All he said to me was, I got you. He called me one day, said, send me the logo, send me this, and I just sent them to him. I had a banner. I had people that showed up that I didn't know was showing up.
Yeah.
And everything was so good. It was my vision. It was that. And I didn't even know because I knew him as a president of the Chamber of Commerce as a small business. You're going to go to your president, right? So, but then I realized that he was more than that. So Dwayne Brown, thank you.
Yo, it was my pleasure. I mean, I remember that event. I can't believe that was 10 years ago, but it was in the back. It was musicians, good food. The stage was nice, the back. So I learned some things from you that day too. You know, you did a good job preparing that backyard. It was really nice.
Thank you. A lot of times we come in and we, as people, open business and trying to do events, and we don't take the time to deal with our own people and try. What I know about you is this. You're not just a photographer. You just doesn't do videos. He just doesn't do balloons, guys.
Yeah.
You actually do events.
I'm an event planner. I started my business when I was 21. I'm 44 now.
Wow.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a long time. Learned a lot of lessons, but I believe that in order to be a truly great event planner, I must know what everyone else knows to be a leader. My job is leadership first. You know, I grew up, so my job at this point is to be a leader, and the only way to be a good leader is my troops have to know I can do what they know how to do, and I would do it. So, yes, I learned photography, I learned video, I learned balloons, I learned flowers, I learned production. I've learned everything. I learned cooking. I learned, how a cake is baked, I learned it. But I grew up in this business, so it's part of my process, my journey.
But the thought process for me was, one day we sat down. Like, we have conversations on a whim, and I do that a lot with people where I have conversations, and they're not realizing the conversation I have. A lot of the conversations I have with you is always inspiring. There's never a day that you'll have a conversation with Dwayne Brown where he's putting something or somebody's event or something down. If you're doing an event and you do the same business he does, I remember he was doing an event and he was doing the same event. Somebody did the same kind of thing he does. And he said, no, I'll help them. And he said they didn't have balloons or helium. The thing that blew the balloon up, don't judge me.
Helium.
And Dwayne was like, no, I'll give it to them. No problem. You could just have it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, there's a fine line with that, right? Because you are helping your competitors out. But, I mean, I'm happy where I am. I'm focusing myself. So, you know, God has a place for everybody, and I'm comfortable where I am. Yeah, I think I'm one of the best event planners. But if I can help another person get on their feet, you know, I don't think it's going to hurt me that much. And people have helped me. So for me to only get it one way and not try to help another person would be unfair. So, you know, it's a tricky line because some people don't appreciate it. Some people take your kindness for weakness. You know, fuckery that come along with that.
Know.
Sorry for cursing, but
that's
you know,
fine.
You know, so, but I weather the storm. You know, I believe in Dwayne, and at the end of the day, I'm gonna win. So,
and I believe in you.
Yeah. So me helping, I thank you for that too.
Yeah.
So me helping somebody else, you know, it's not that big of a deal for me.
I'm about to get emotional. I'm trying to hold it together. But, so you all know I do the foundation, right? So I'm going to tell you something that most of you don't know. So when I first, oh my, Dwayne, you're not supposed to make me cry. So when I first started doing the Giles Foundation, and I think I told before how it started. Oh my God, you're making me cry.
It's okay. I don't make
So the Giles Foundation actually started with just a vision that it's my birthday. I always get what I want, so I wanted to give back. So it started with just a little vision. And I'm going to eventually introduce it to different people that actually made it happen. So Dwayne Brown did my 10-year anniversary. This is about 5 years later. I wanted to do the event. So I was telling him, because he's a friend, and I was telling him about it. He said, sure, no problem. That's a good idea. So I'm at the salon with these kids, and I'm sitting there, and I found this out after the fact, right? And everything was good. He came by, he said, is everything good? Everything good? And I saw the news pull up. So most people never knew where it came from. I didn't know where it came from. I said to the lady, yeah, but how did you know? Dwayne Brown called them. Dwayne Brown said, listen, this person is doing something positive in the neighborhood. They're actually doing something for the youth.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you remember this.
Yeah, I was the president of Chamber of Commerce, and I wanted to highlight, because I believe that Mount Vernon business people aren't highlighted enough throughout Westchester County, I believe, or even the world. Say we have a lot of great business people here who's not being recognized the way they should be recognized. So, yeah.
And I was a mess. I was crying. First of all, I told the lady, no, we're not going to do this. And she brought me outside. We had a conversation, and she came in, and everything was fine after the fact. But I thank you for that.
You deserve it.
Because what I didn't understood at the time is that the importance that was to shine a light on what you're actually doing for the children.
Yeah.
Because it really is not about me. I don't do the foundation thing for me. I help the foster care and the homeless kids. Mount Vernon is 4 square miles. And Dwayne Brown is very passionate about Mount Vernon. I don't care what you all say. You all don't know. He's passionate about the great things about Mount Vernon. And he sat with me and he said, Claudette, this is a great space. I live here. I own a home here. So I wasn't going to have my business anywhere else. And I remember speaking to you before that. And you were like, yeah, you live here. You have a business here. This is a place to do what you do.
Yeah.
And you guide me through it. And I thank you.
No, I mean,
the foundation, thank you. And I mean, one day we'll get to a point where we'll talk
I think
about
you're at
it,
that
but
point
I
already.
appreciate it.
If you help one kid, you're at a good point. Like,
Dwayne,
you know what I
this
mean?
year we have 50 kids.
Yeah,
now.
see, so you're okay. You know what I'm saying?
Dwayne Brown, this year we got to do 50 kids, so I'm going to need your help again.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm there. I mean, I grew up in the city. The city has been good to me. I've been able to just do a lot of amazing things, meet a lot of amazing people just by being from Mount Vernon. I don't live in Mount Vernon, but I have a business in Mount Vernon. I have heavy ties to Mount Vernon. I don't have no family here, so it's kind of, people always say I have a lot. I'm the only one in my family that live in Mount Vernon, but when I'm in Mount Vernon, I feel like my whole family lives in Mount Vernon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you're a family person. I'm your family. I live
that's
here.
what I'm saying. Yeah. So
I live here.
know,
I'm your
my
family. Don't
my
listen to
sister,
them. I'm
So
yeah. The wife, you know, I'm family.
Yeah.
We
So
family.
I met my wife at City Hall, volunteering for Ben Gordon Day, and she was volunteering, I was volunteering, and there you go. So it helped out. It helped me out a lot, and meeting her helped me take my life to a whole different level of where I am today. So Mount Vernon is a good city. It gets a bad rep. I was chamber president, like you said, for the 4 years. I've stepped down about 3 years ago to pursue, my kids are getting older, so I had to be there for them a little more than I was. But in the 4 years, I met so many great business people, including yourself. You know what I mean? You went from, now you're at 2 stores, now you're at the here. So in 10 years, you talk about me, you've grown immensely in 10 years. And,
well, thank you.
You helped me with Prom Expo. You know what I'm saying? The shirt is, I have on is dirty. I'll take it off. But look, it's a Prom Expo shirt. So,
yeah, actually.
yeah, Prom Expo is when we help teenagers get ready for their prom. Give them fashion tips. Just help them out, get ready for prom.
See, but the idea for the Giles Foundation started from me doing these little things with you, and people don't take the time to give credit where credit is due. It's something I wanted to do, and I volunteered in different things. But from you calling me, Claudette, there are these 2 kids that for the prom, can you help me out? Can you do 2 hairs? And I'm like, oh, wow, the need is here. I remember when I went to the first Prom Expo, and there were some girls there that I'm like, gosh, these girls actually don't have it.
Yeah.
And you said, oh, don't worry, I'll make sure they get, and you did. You actually gave them a gown, a ride. I styled the hair.
Yeah, I've been paying for, most people don't know about me, like for the last 15 years, I've been paying for proms for at least 2 students from Mount Vernon every year. And I don't have it. So it didn't come from, I made a promise.
It's not because we're rich.
Yeah. Like, I invest back in the community. So the money that the high school, when you see me do events sometimes for the city, people say I get a lot of them, but I circle back into the city. So the money the school pays me to do balloons,
you give back to the prom.
I'm paying for prom dresses. I'm paying for tickets. I'm paying for limousines. So, or I'm employing a young person to work at the prom.
We need to get you on board the Giles Foundation, but we're going to talk about that off camera.
It's full circle for me.
It's full circle. But Dwayne, I was excited when I started for one thing. So you remember when I started, I said that Dwayne Brown helped me through my first year, opening the salon and having the event. I'm going to have a 10-year event. But guess where I'm going to have it? I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
At Dwayne's event space.
Right.
I need you to tell my viewers about this event space. Because I went to this event space and it's dope.
Yeah,
I was going to have it in the backyard, and I'm like, it's not big enough. I need people to enjoy it. I need to give back. I need my kids to come. Then I went to visit your space because he was been working on this project for a while. Couple months. Dwayne, I'm going to shut up, and I need you to tell us about this.
So we have a space called Double Doors Event Space that we opening up on 29 Elm Avenue in Mount Vernon. And it's, doing so many events. One, for us, we wanted our own for many reasons, to host events, but also for us to use as a staging area. Over the years, I worked for many people that taught me a lot. So one of the person taught me a lot, believe it or not, is Vince McMahon from WWF.
Yep.
When I was younger, I worked there for a little while. And everything about wrestling was in that building. The graphic department, the video department, everything. The lawyers. I used to work for the lawyers in there. So as I got older, I want my own building where I control everything. So that's what we happen to open. So our D&K business is still in there when we do outsource business for other people. But we have an event space where if you want to have your own party, baby shower, anniversary, wedding, we have 2 rooms. I think it's beautiful rooms. They're different. It's not what you're gonna see everywhere you go. We appreciate our difference of how our room is. We believe our room is Mount Vernon. We believe our room is gritty but elegant at the same time.
No, Dwayne. It's elegant. I don't care.
Gritty's the most, but a certain warehouse type look elegant.
I went by the space and I planned 3 events. He don't know yet. We're gonna fight about the dates. So I hope you're not trying to book my dates because you can't have my dates.
No, you good.
But I saw. First of all, wait. He's not telling you all everything. This thing is by the train station.
Yeah.
Do you know how much Mount Vernon needed an event space?
Yeah, that's why we built it. We knew. That's why we built it. I mean, yeah, we know, we understand economics of the city. We understand that that Mount Vernon, and there's a few that's already here that's doing well, but I think we can add our own little touch. Being in front of the train station is a plus for people. Your guests literally don't have to drive, and they can come from north, south, east, or west. And if you do drive, we have a parking lot on the other side on the weekends that's free parking. So we have a lot of amenities that I think people will enjoy about coming to Double Door.
Well, I think what I am going to do is sign my contract every year at 2. Well, one particular event is a worldwide event. I can't speak about it yet because I'm going to give away too much.
Yes.
That event is going to be there, and I don't care what he says. I need that date.
Yeah, no, it's there for you.
That event is going to be there, happening throughout the world, and I'm so tired of us going other places, and it's not great. I could get food catering, I could get decor. Yeah. Can you imagine? I don't have to call Dwayne Brown and say. Yeah. So what you all don't know, right? When I have an event, I call Dwayne Brown last minute. I'm covering my face because I'm embarrassed.
It's all good.
Dwayne Brown is the only person I could call last minute and said, Dwayne, I forgot. Didn't I call you about the balloon 2 weeks ago? It's like, don't worry, my sis. I'll be there.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
he didn't get on me, but don't try and do it last minute. You're not Claudette Child.
Yeah, only a few people can do that. But I take pride.
Helium is not.
Yeah, it's a shortage. No more. But I take pride in that. That's a niche that I take. I like when people call me to get the job done. There's a responsibility in that, but I take pride in that.
But Dwayne, see, I do the foundation thing every December. And, Claudette, don't get emotional. I'm trying to keep it together. And he come through. You do the balloon. So he said, oh, no, just tell me the date. And he show up. We never discuss what's going to happen. Mm-mm. We never talk about what my needs are. But the funny thing is, like, last year his wife came in and is like, oh, Dwayne said your event is today. I'm like, oh, it's upstairs. And she went upstairs, and I'm telling you, I came down, I walk upstairs, and I was bawling. When I tell you I was crying, I was done. Because she did an amazing job. The kids loved it. Everybody loved it. So at the end, I'm like, okay, how much I owe you? Is like, have a good night. The kids deserve that day. And people don't see what you do. People only see sometimes, oh, Dwayne Brown is working here. People are not seeing the stuff that Dwayne Brown is giving to the community. Mm-mm. People are not seeing that Dwayne Brown did my event for free. People are not, because it's going to benefit the kids in Mount Vernon. People are not seeing when I call him, I'm like, I have 2 kids for prom. I don't know they're going to get here. Can you drop them off for me? He's like, okay, I'm doing some balloons. Okay, Renee, could you drop them off? And people don't see the inside of what we do. So I appreciate you.
I mean, like I said, humble. I know where I come from. I know the challenge that I overcame. I know it's not easy out there. So if I can help, I come from a single parent home. I didn't know who my father was. So I was 36 years old. I'm 44. I got 4 kids. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. We go through things. No one's immune to things. And you just try to power through. I tell my kids every day, we wake up, We try to be great, and if we fall short, we will pick up the next day and start all over. But if our intentions is to be great that day, everything else would matter, you know. And it's simple for me.
I like to leave on a positive note. I've been a mess all day. I'm trying to hold it in, and that's because I'm grateful for you.
Yeah, I'm grateful for you too.
I don't think I've taken the time to tell you this. I admire you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I'm grateful for the stuff that you give to me. Sometimes a little wave, sometimes, and this means a lot because, and that's what you do, and I appreciate it. And I'm going to tell you this today on this podcast that I'll be your biggest supporter.
God, thank you.
This event space, we're going to be fighting with the rest of the people. But I'm going to need a lot of dates there because I'm going to do a lot of stuff.
They there, and we look forward to feeding the community as an entrepreneur. And then, you know, the event space for me is just not about me. Like,
no.
We have local caterers that we plan to use, Steam House being one of them. So I believe in economics of the city. I can't be the only one eating. Everyone else has to eat to make
That's
the
why I
money
love
grow.
this. See?
And it's just a fact. You know, if you're the only one eating, then
something is wrong.
Something's wrong.
Something is wrong.
So, yeah, so we open the event space to make sure that I have caterers, that, you know, we hired 2 kids from the high school to work there. We hired a local person that's doing general stuff for us. So, yeah, we keep the money in-house as much as possible. So we appreciate the support because, you know, we work hard. Me and my wife and my kids. My kids is heavily, all 4 of them. They'll blow balloons. They'll do video. They'll do photos. So, you know, when you run a business, I used to think when I was growing up, I think running a business was about money and like getting on private jets, being a CEO.
Yeah, see, that's what the generation now is thinking.
And it's really about leadership. Number one thing, and leading by example and sacrifice. The biggest thing for being a CEO is being able to sacrifice. And I learned that along the way. If you're able to do that, you'll be a great CEO. If you can't sacrifice, then you should get out of the business of being a CEO. That's my advice to entrepreneurs.
I could sit here and talk to you all day.
Yeah, we can talk all day. You know, business is long.
Excuse us, but we could sit here and have conversation all day.
Yeah, you know,
I'm going to need you, though, to help me with one thing. I'm going to need you one day to come out and help me inspire some of these kids.
Yeah, well,
I got a few young people that I need you to talk to. And I know I don't even need to ask you that because I know you're going to be there.
I will be there, man.
And I know, so you see when you see them balloons on October 26th?
Yeah. Balloons, flowers, video, food, production.
That's going to be Dwayne.
You know, the whole
see how I put him on the spot? There's no putting Dwayne Brown on the spot because guess what? He would have done it regardless.
Yeah,
so
October
26th,
October 26th.
when you come out to support the Giles Foundation, know that this man right here is a part. Giles Foundation is not me. Giles Foundation is a community thing. And I don't think you knew this, but you are one of the reasons why the Giles Foundation is.
I appreciate that. Hey, if I can help, I'm down. I appreciate that. I mean, you have to give. You have to be able to give off energy where other people can. You have to inspire other people, and you can't be selfish with your inspiration. So if I have an idea, actually your intellectual property is very important, right? But if it's only in your brain, it's not that important. So you have to manage it. You can't give it away, but if you give it to the right people sometimes and see it work, then, you know, it's okay. So having kids, I seen you grow. I seen I go from a few kids to now you're saying 50 kids.
50 kids.
It's
Dwayne,
around the holiday time.
Service.
I still got that basketball bag. Every time I travel, they think I play for some NBA team when I'm in the airport. So I get special treatment.
Yeah, those were gifts from the NBA for the event. But that year I decided to give to the volunteers, and I'm glad you were a part of that.
Word.
Because I thought that you more than most deserve that. So I'm going to thank you. But before we leave, though, if you had to give one inspirational word, or because people are sitting down saying, yeah, they could say whatever they want to say, but it's tough being in Mount Vernon. It's tough opening a business. It's tough dealing with the politics. It's tough dealing with this. For me, I would say, I would say a lot. But for one thing, I would say is that don't worry about what's going on around you. Focus on what you have to do. Focus on your truth. What would be your inspirational thought for the person that's watching? It was like, oh, they could say that because of da, 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 da.
I think I don't change who I am no matter who I'm around.
And you don't.
So I've been in a room with presidents of the United States, and I've been in a room with straight criminal drug dealers, and
Amen.
I don't change
You don't.
who I am, and I don't have a.
You don't.
I'm comfortable like this, or if I put a suit on, nothing changes who I am. So I stay within myself, and you got to believe in yourself. Self-esteem is the first thing of anything, because everyone's going to have something to say about you or what you do. But if you believe in yourself, then you can override that. So it's hard, yes, because, people beat you down and all that. But in business, you got to know you're going in business for you. And also, if you make $50,000 a year doing business, that's okay too, right? So sometimes people in that get in business think it's hard because they think they have to make $10 million. But if you're making $50,000 and you're happy doing what you're doing, that's like $50 million.
That's right.
And that's what I think people rush. You know what I'm saying? And there's responsibility. So be happy with who you are. Don't look on anybody. Take your time. Instagram is giving people a harder time in life because like I said, I started my business when I was 21, and it's just hitting where I wanted to hit now. And
so you
44.
put the work in. See,
I put the work in.
This is what I was trying to say to our young generation today.
I put the work in. I volunteered.
You gotta put the work in.
Put the work in.
I opened the salon 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Do you think I'm making the money from the salon for 10 years? I thought I would be making. Absolutely not. Excuse me. I ain't making. Con Edison's making the money.
Yeah.
But I'm not. And I remember one of the things you actually said to me was, it's not about how much money you make. It's about the work you do.
Work you do.
See, once we get to the point of figuring out that it's all about the work and that the value you put on it,
the money will come. I mean, I wake up every day to make money. So for me to say my business about money, it will come. It will come because I'm there to make money. It has to come because I'm there to make it. But if you don't have integrity, if you don't have work ethic, if you don't I drove to North Carolina. So Saturday I did balloons for the library. I left at 6. I went to North Carolina, drove to set up my grandmother's 90th birthday party for Sunday.
God bless.
And I drove back yesterday, and I'm here now. And today I was at my location setting up. So I put in the work. You know what I mean? I don't have nothing that I don't deserve. I put in the work. And
I totally agree with it. And I think, and I'll tell you, the best is yet to come.
Yeah, we hope so.
And I don't think you actually know how God is going to pour into you. And he's going to pour into you because he did say what you do for the least of us. And that's what you did.
Yeah.
So I'm going to thank you. I'm going to thank you for taking the time.
Yo, man,
tired,
this was
traveling.
This was dope, man. I'm gonna come back and
Dwayne, so I know you won't critique me and tell me what I need to do.
I think this was dope. And you started it, you know what I mean? Like, how many people?
I started it.
Yeah, that's the key. You started. You got to press the start button before the car goes.
Yeah.
If you sit in the car and wait, you ain't going nowhere. So, whether it's right or wrong, you start, and that's how you get to know whether we're doing it right or wrong. So I applaud you for that. This is a great thing. Keep it going. If anytime I can be a guest again, or I can help find guests for you to fit. So yeah, salon talk is good. Entrepreneurship talk is good, and other entrepreneurs don't get a chance to talk to one another because we're too busy. So you can find me on Instagram at DNK Events with EVENT and Dwayne Brown 27 at Instagram. So DWAYNE Brown BROWN 27 at Instagram. Double Door Events on Instagram, and DNK Prod email. So DNKPROD@gmail.com to hit us up. And the building's 29 Elm Ave in Mount Vernon. And we just look forward to it. It's gonna be a happy time. Holiday season come upon us.
I was excited.
Yeah, so as we close out the fourth and last chapter of the new year. I wish everybody luck, a great holiday, and and let's just get to the new year and just keep on, just keep on making it happen. I don't get into changing. I try to change every day, so I don't wait till the new year to resolutions. I know I got defaults, and I try to fix them every day, not wait till January 1st.
So Dwayne, thank you.
Love.
My friend.
Love.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Check out this podcast anytime, man. Check it out. How can they find you? Salon Talk. We out.